What's up, everybody? It's time for another one. Just switching job sites over here. I was doing a little pickup framing this morning and just touching up some things at this guest house we framed. I've talked about it on some other videos, but I'm heading to another job and I'm just kind of thinking to myself. And this thought just kind of popped into my mind. I kind of talked about it on yesterday's video, but I really just want to talk about exponentials in this video. We're living in the age of exponential growth. Everything is moving faster, everything is increasing tenfold, and things are changing very rapidly. So, randomly, it kind of brings me back to this video game I grew up playing. It's a game called Half-Life 2. And it was fairly popular, so a lot of you may have heard of it, but there's this character in that video game, I think his name is G-Man or something, but he's kind of a non-physical person, if you know what I mean. The main character kind of goes into a trance and sees this guy. But anyways, one of the most profound things I've heard in my life is when this guy is talking to Morgan Freeman, who's the main character, and he says, "The right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world." And that statement right there really just gives me goosebumps because it's so true. The right man in the wrong place can make all the difference. But I like to kind of switch it to say, the right man in the right place can make all the difference. But either way you take it, the meaning is really still the same, because all it takes is one YouTube video. All it takes is one email. All it takes is one little spark to set the world ablaze, if that makes sense. All it takes is one little tipping point to get the whole house of cards to fall down. All it takes is one little push to get all those dominoes to fall down. It's like the Japanese saying or Chinese saying or whatever. All it takes is one snowflake to make the leaf tip. So if a leaf has enough snow on it, it gets to a certain point where all it takes is one single snowflake to make it tip. And it's really interesting to think about, because any one of us is one YouTube away from going viral, becoming famous, whatever. I could literally make a YouTube video and overnight it could get 1 million views or whatever, you know, hundreds of thousands of views literally in a day. It's just a matter of being the right man in the right place at the right time. It's all about striking when the iron's hot. And that's an interesting thing about life, is sometimes the stars just align and everything's going right, and you just have this gut feeling where you need to do what you're about to do. That's kind of how I got this big raise at the job I'm working at. It was this eerie series of events where I got a random phone call out of the blue. Some guy offered me another job. I call my boss to tell him I'm leaving, and he makes a counter offer. So I ended up accepting his offer and staying with this current job, making quite a bit more money. So it all worked out very well, but it's just eerie how things go like that. It's very eerie. So really this video is just to kind of give you guys some food for thought. Think about what I just said. The right man in the wrong place makes all the difference in the world. In the game Half-Life 2, the main character, Morgan Freeman, is really just one man. But over the course of the series, he's able to completely change the world he lives in. The world he lives in is taken over by an oppressive alien race, and humanity is essentially enslaved. But he's able to tip the scales by applying the right pressure in the right spots at the right times. So I don't know if you guys have heard of that game, but that statement is very profound, at least to me. And I was just kind of thinking about it, and I wanted to share it to you guys. Each one of us is literally one YouTube video away from going viral. It all just comes down to self-image and self-worth. Like I keep saying, that is the most important thing in the world, is how you see yourself. That is all that matters. Because if you don't see yourself as a child of God, if you don't see yourself as a source fractal, if you don't see yourself as a divine being, then you're just going to be a flesh and blood dirt suit, if you know what I mean. You're literally just a body that lives for a little while and dies. You have no place in eternity. And that's kind of an interesting thing to think about. Anyway, guys, just some food for thought, something for you to ponder. I hope you're all having a great day. I'll catch you later.